G'day everyone, it's Calvin from the Couching Company in New Zealand. I'm normally pretty cruisy. I've got pretty big shoulders, I can rest a lot on my shoulders. And I know when to keep my mouth shut most of the time. But that's not something that's a lot of people are able to do. And I'm struggling with the internet. Really struggling with the internet. When there's a whole lot of people who have to comment about shit they know nothing about. Like, really? Like, and I'll explain it more. There's a post this morning. Guy's got a photo of a Hiace van. This is a Hiace van. Look, it's a Hiace. This is how it was delivered to me. And the man asked about changing the spark plugs and how to get the leads out, accessing spark plugs. And there were a whole lot of dorks who said, they're under the black covers. They're under the black covers. No shit, Sherlock. This shows that you've got no idea about Hiaces, guys. Because if you've worked on a Hiace with a 1UZ in it, the problem is obvious as can be. I'm going to show you. And we'll actually reveal what the problem is, how to solve it, so that more people actually have knowledge. I am struggling. I'm struggling to actually be kind and be nice and be understanding and be patient with people, because, and especially as we get more into AI, there's guys doing AI searches and they're wrong. And you can add the explicit language to this. You can see when I slow down and I take a moment, because there are words that aren't favourable to YouTube, actually. Yeah. Let's have a look. Hiace van. See? Hiace van. Now, the customer dropped this to me, and I had another customer who was a little bit over his head and had to sell his Hiace. So, the amount of money for me to fix this Hiace, get this 1UZ going, fix the problems, it was going to cost more than simply swapping him into another Hiace. So, I did a trade, and basically I paid a little bit more than the motor is worth. This is a 5-door. It's a bit rusty. It's not a great van, okay? So I've got a 1UZ to sell in a box. I'll probably scrap the body. But they're also really good for showing videos like this of what's going on. And so on that side, this cover comes off. I've still got the cover on. Look, the spark plug leads are under the black cover, guys. So it's actually pretty easy. You can take that one out. You can see that side of the van, it goes straight back, right? But this side, it goes through this, and then it goes zoo, zoo, zoo for a battery box. Yeah. Got any problems? Just wait a minute. I just think my dog's... Frank, come here. I can hear him whimpering. Yeah, and you notice things like this on this van. See in here? Yeah, like I'm going to put a V8 in this one. It's crusty and wrinkled and rusty. Yeah, not ideal. So, as I said, I got rid of that. But the problem is, okay, so we got spark plug. I can get this one out, can't I? Yeah, I can get this one out. Now I'm working with one hand. Number 5. So let's get in here with one hand, and we see, here's the problem. And what we do when we're doing these, couple of solutions, we either cut here, down here, and there. No, I've got to fix my dog. Wait there. Now we're going to hear barking in the background because he's found a rat. Right, so we were talking, and what we will, and what I've seen, I've cut through here, down here, and then you bolt a panel, rib nuts, or in some cases I've got my ball peen, and I've just ball peened it in here. So there's a double skin, sort of through here, and so sometimes you can get enough just with a ball peen hammer right here. You could probably just hit it with a scallop and just die grinder out and fold it over nicely again. But here's the problem. We take this lead. See? You can't get that lead out. It physically doesn't come out. I reckon this one, the way it's mounted, it's on a set of my mounts. So, yeah, I need, just here, I was in the right spot, eh? Just a little bit right there. Right, number 8. Oh, it's not number 8, it's number 7. I'm on the wrong side. This is bank 1, so it's 1, 3, 5. And here's number 7. Now I am doing this with one hand. I had that lead released and I went and pushed it back in. So we'll get it out of the hole. So you can get in and and then you bring it up and there's just a little spot where you can just tip it over and get that one out. Now, you'll notice on this one, it's mounted quite far forward. It'll take a standard back housing. When we do the wiring, we just whack a hole through here. Mount the ECU in this area. Not ideal, but it works. There's always compromises with these sorts of jobs. Throttle body's way too big. That hits on that cover. So that's one of the big issues when solving Hiace vans. And but the way we've mounted it, see, I can slip that one back in really easy. So number 7 isn't the problem. It's this number 5. Bam, 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 bam. And if you know the stuff, and then you comment. Okay, if you don't know what you're talking about on the internet, maybe just keep your mouth shut. It'd make the internet way better. If the people who actually knew, I'm going to turn around. If the people who actually knew were the ones that commented, and the people who didn't know kept their mouth shut, way easier. And I've had this conversation with a guy actually, and I said he was wrong. People don't like being told they're wrong, and he said, well, if you were talking about truck connectors, then you wouldn't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you're right, and I wouldn't be commenting. I'll show you another little problem we've got on another Hiace actually. Similar to this but different, but just wait there, we'll go look at another one, because I've got a few here at the moment. Not a problem. It's got a 3UZ in it. Very, 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 very cool. So another one that we're working on is this one, and this is actually really interesting. A vehicle. Unfortunately, due to the economic conditions, the customer's not able to continue with this job, and I have become the owner of it. Yes, it's still unfortunate. I'd rather the customers actually get their vehicles finished and completed. But look, so this is, and we've mounted this on some custom mounts, possibly because it may or may not require something a bit more steady in the mounts than the factory rubber ones. I'm not sure why, actually. But it's just a feeling I get that this one might need a little bit more, and we want to do coil on plug. So on this one, the way we mounted it, as you can see, number 5 actually will slip in. Of course, we're going to cut that off. I wonder if I can slip this coil in as well. Yeah, see that? These are a little bit bigger in the actual the body of the coil, so it doesn't fit. It's so close, but this one fits. But oh, look at that! Oh. Look at that. Okay, it's less of a problem than I thought. Okay, even with coil on plugs, but this is mounted different to that other one. Again, we needed a little bit more clearance over the top. Again, I'm not quite sure what's different about this one, but we definitely went more clearance for the engine cover. So we've mounted the engine a little bit lower, a little bit less ground clearance, but it does mean that we can get the coils we wanted to put in. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? That's unexpected. So that's kind of cool. But if we had have mounted this one with coil on plugs like the other one, these would be very hard to get in and out, wouldn't they? So enough whinging. I think I've made my point. It's raining. I've got a cold. I haven't been feeling the best. Maybe that's changed my mindset and while I'm a little bit outspoken. And I'm finding, as I said, I really enjoy sharing information. I've actually really enjoyed sharing the information as much as I enjoy doing the jobs. Okay, maybe more, because I like people to have good information, and so it annoys me when people turn out shit information, when people are unhelpful. And sometimes I'm not helpful. I can get a little bit sarcastic. No shit, Sherlock. Yeah. Especially when people are dumb. So maybe in the future, if you're not sure, sit and watch a little bit more. And I sit and watch a lot of posts because I can't comment because people are just too hard and just not thinking, okay? So if you don't know, maybe keep your mouth shut. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Maybe I should say then, actually. I should say, when I don't know when I don't know something, I keep my mouth shut. It works really well. I think the big problem is we can't punch people in the face for being dorks. And a lot of people can't handle the sarcasm of my workshop because we make dumb mistakes. We say dumb shit. But we give each other shit and in unique ways that probably isn't so internet friendly. So, hope that's been helpful. And I'm going to do more of this just off the cuff sort of stuff. This is kind of what I want to do, more of, less editing, because it takes a lot of time editing. But a lot of the information that I do have to do has to be edited, okay? So, we'll talk to you soon. Hey, catch you later.